Welcome to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time, you like the channel, you like the program, subscribe and put on your notification bell because it's gonna help you to know when I upload a new video. My viewers, my subscribers, you guys are so amazing, especially those who always tune in to watch me each time I upload a new video.
I'm still afraid that maybe Biafra is not going to make it, or that's exactly what this Royal Majesty is saying. And in his question, he also asked, they want the presence of the representative of IPOB to come to his kingdom, that they have strong and agile youth, both men and women, who are ready to die for the freedom of their people.
Then you speak to, I'm sure His Royal Majesty is listening to me. Pass the details of His Royal Majesty to my secretary, and we'll make such arrangements. I don't want anybody to have any doubt. The reason why Biafra is not here is because we are not united. If Ibibio, Efik, everybody from Ogoja all the way to Kalabari, we have to be together. How can Fulani stop us? We are the ones holding ourselves. We are the ones stopping ourselves from becoming free. Once we are united, they can't do anything. But we start this process, somebody goes, collects money from the back, goes behind the village, gets a snap for them, goes to newspaper and starts to talk anyhow. And then the whole thing collapses. If we are united, nobody can stop. Nobody can. We don't even need to wait for up to 4 weeks. Can you imagine if we're all united from Igodomi all the way to Bakassi? Who will stop us? Who is the person that will stop us? No force on earth. So we are the ones holding ourselves. And Biafra is going to come. And I'm going to send people high-level emissary to His Royal Majesty so that we can take it on from there. That Biafra is coming. It doesn't matter what we do. God has ordained it and it is coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my leader. Thank you very much. I think I should quickly pass that
from His Royal Highness. I'd like to call on Mr. Tenny to give his own question so we can get this along, because there are other grassroots questions that we need to ask. So, Mr. Tenny, can you unmute yourself and ask your own question? Thank you very much.
Sorry, I think Mr. Tenny just left. The network from the Zoom is very disturbing. So,
as we all know, sir,
they are complaining. Some cannot even log into the app. So it is, and this very app is a very simple one whereby it won't disturb concerning network. So I believe the network is very disturbing. So I would rather say let us go to Comrade Onyedike. Please let Comrade Onyedike take the mic before the other people comes in.
Okay, Comrade Onyedike, can you unmute yourself and ask your question? Thank you very much, sir. If in Biafra, or will they be their own separate states? My leader, so yeah, this is to you. Will Ikwere and Aneyoma be part of the Ala Igbo nation in Biafra, or will they be their own separate states? Imete Soye.
It is something that they right now they'll be separate, and then it's for their legislature to decide what they do after that. The people will decide if they want to be part of the wider Igbo family, Igbo nation, or if they want to be alone. But what I find anyway, we have crossed that. The referendum will be done on the basis of Aneyoma. We'll treat Aneyoma as a separate entity. We put it the same thing. Then they decide for themselves what they want to do. We don't want to have anybody accuse anybody of physically, inducting them into something they're not aware of. Because Biafra is going to be a land of democracy. We are going to ask other people, do you want to be part? Do you want to be on your own? Do you want to be part of Igbo nation? Yes or no? Simple. And Aneyoma the same thing, yes or no? And then the majority will carry the vote. What do I want? I want all Igbo people to be together. All Ijaw people to be together. In fact, I want Africa and Ibibia, because they're the same people, to be one. I would prefer a situation whereby Igede and the Doma are one. If they want to be separate, fine. If they want to be one, fine. Nobody is forcing anybody. But for the purposes of our referendum, Aneyoma will be treated as a separate entity. So also with the then they decide where they want to belong. If they want to be a separate nation, wonderful. They want to be part of the Igbo nation, also wonderful.
So one more question before I bring in our brother Tenny. This is also from the grassroots. It's about our choice, or rather, can I say the choice for using Ejema as the currency. So the grassroots, they are curious as to why Ejema as the currency for Biafra.
Ejema is the currency because that was the currency of Biafra, used everywhere. If you go to, I think it's either Akwa Ibom or Cross Akwa Ibom, if you go to the logo of Akwa Ibom State, you will see Ejema there. So it was used widely. It's not an Igbo currency. It is a Biafran currency. And as I've said before, and I'll have this debate with anybody, anywhere, any day, everybody in the current East and their so-called Midwest are all Igbo people. I can prove it to you with facts and figures. The thing is that the Fulanis did a lot of work on us. I don't know, it was started by the British. And because the Igbo people never wanted any conquest of anywhere. The reason why Yoruba is one was because the people of Oyo left Oyo and conquered the Ijebu people. Conquered Alajes that made them speak one language on Yoruba. In the north, the Hausas conquered other people to make them speak Hausa language. The reason why we're having this debate in the East is because the Igbo people never actually conquered anybody. And I find it quite funny that those that went on conquest and conquered other people are saying to people who did not conquer anybody that they are the ones who are domineering. It's just like like bombing or when bandits are in Zamfara. It's exactly the same thing. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Ejema was used across the entire East because we are one people. The people you have today in Ezon, in Ejoland, are people that came from Arochukwu. Everybody is the same. And I keep saying to people, why don't we read? Why don't we just go to the library and Google something and start reading a book? Go and read a book. When the white man came, a white man could not distinguish between an Igbo man and an Ibibio man. Could not distinguish between an Igbo man and somebody from Anang. If you go to Google now, you write in Ibibio, the first two things you will say is Igbo, related to Igbo. You put in a job in Google now, do it. It's a simple experiment. The next thing you will say, a job related to Igbo. Yet we keep having this debate because the Fulanis have conditioned us to hate ourselves. And that is why we are all suffering. And it must come to an end. Thank you.
Yes, sorry for that brilliant answer. I would like to bring in Mr. Tenny. Mr. Tenny, please, can you come in and ask your question? You've got 3 minutes. Thank you very much.
Okay. Omamadi K1, our great leader, I'm very happy to be in this forum. I'm from Okwani in Delta State. My name is Onya Ogochukwu. I'm from a native of Ashaka and Abe combined together in the same Okwani. And
Can you ask your question?
Yes. But before I go straight, because I have to introduce myself because my question goes by my clan. Because we the Okwani people, I'm a coordinator here in France. We the Okwani people, I used to speak to many of my people there, many of the union. Why are you people not supporting the Biafran struggle? I know we have a lot of people, but we still need a lot of the grassroots. But they always tell me one thing, that in Biafran map, we don't have Okwani as a clan or as a state or anything there. All what they have is Agbo, and they have and we don't have anything Okwane. So how can we leave Nigeria and go to Biafra when our identity will be lost? I tell them that no, with Biafra, we can still represent our own nationality, which is Okwane people. Now they turn it to Kwale. But we are Okwane. That is my question, our supreme leader.
Thank you, Mr. Tani. I'm sure our leader will answer your question in a moment.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Yeah, I said that Okwan is just like somebody saying that Ungwa is a nation. This is a clan. Okwan is a clan. The maps you are seeing are the maps of provincial district headquarters, like Asaba, like Habo. Even if you're flying on it's a good thing you're in France. Even if you're flying on a jet plane, and you see the map come up on the screen, they only put the names of places they feel that people know that are very prominent, say administrative headquarters, where people are used to. It doesn't disregard any other place. Ukwan is a clan. It is not a nation. And in this new Biafra, as I said before, everybody has a representation. Are people having fun in Nigeria? Why would even anybody, I will say, give me anything else apart from Nigeria, if I'm a human being. Why would even anybody come, Fulani are in your villages killing you, massacring you, taking your land, and you're still even contemplating if you are to leave that hopeless view or not? I find it shocking. Our people, they astonish me sometimes. Go and tell Ukwane people, not Kwale, not Ibusa. It is Igbo Binozo. Igbo Binozo. Igbo Uzo. Igbo Binozo. Ukwane. Ukwane. Not Kwale. All Igbo. I don't know. We are the only people that hate ourselves. And I don't know what is wrong with us. I have no idea. I don't know who did this thing. I don't know the type of concoction Fulani mixed up and gave to us. I don't know. If by separating yourself from your people, how can you survive as a race? How can you survive? I'm asking you. The same thing, the same mistake will be made. Remove yourself from Biafra. When they came for cancer, nobody said anything and he was killed. Divide and rule. Why must we, it's only us that allow ourselves to be divided by outsiders? Can you from Ukwane go to Fulani and divide them? What is wrong with us? Oh dear me. Please, the next question.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Is disturbing a bit. Go ahead.
The question your people are asking the leadership of IPOB, led by Nnamdi Kanu, and as you can see, he's here with us. So please, what are the questions or what are the things you have in mind to ask concerning the resurrection?
Okay, thank you. First of all, I want to to commend the people of Biafra for the agitation. And like my brother Onajiti, who always knows about me, that we always say that we are not part of Biafra. And whenever we say we are not part of Biafra, we have a reason. But sometimes, because everybody have the right for his or her own opinion based on the reason where you understand to. And I believe, thank God that our brother Nnamdi Kanu is here. The question I want to ask is that this Biafra wish.
You can go ahead.
Okay. So now, we, such people like us, we believe in Ijaw Nation and Niger Delta. And the contradiction there is, some are saying they are Biafra, some are saying they are Niger Delta. But when you look at all, we still belong to the same south-south geopolitical zone and southeast geopolitical zone and the southwest geopolitical zone. The question I want to ask my brother is that when you talk about Biafra, and I listened to my brother and our brother also, Asari Dokubo, when issues between them were going on about this Biafra. Because in every agitation, there are leaders, and leaders also cut across from different ethnic nationality. And we also know that we have the southeast, we have the south-south. We are from the south-south, precisely from Delta State, and it's job by tribe. And the question I want to ask is that the Biafra, which is always sound Bia and Fra, this is where some issues come about. Where does this connotation come from? And who are the people behind this Biafra? That is the first question I want to first ask before I ask other question again. Thank you very much. Thank you. You said you're south-south, so you accept the tag of being from south-south and Niger Delta. Two names that have no meaning. There is nowhere in this world, in any geography textbook, where you can see south-south. There is a river called River Nile that runs into the Mediterranean Sea in Alexandria in Egypt. That place is called the Delta region of the Nile. The Mississippi River also has a delta. So what I'm trying to get across to you, my dear brother, is that the name Delta has no meaning. It is only a name answered by people who are not sure of who they are, people who are confused. And his own nation is not a confused nation. If you say his own nation, I will listen to you. If you say it's your nation, I would listen to you. But that concoction of South-South or Niger Delta doesn't work with me, because only people who are not sure of who they are will answer Niger Delta or South-South, because South-South doesn't exist. It was a mere concoction by Dr. Alex Nkweme, which they agreed to. So why don't you have North-North? Where is West-West or East-East? You and I have more in common than a Fulani man and a Hausa man living in Sokoto. But I give it to you. You want to be alone. You want to divide. I concede. I'm a Democrat. I don't care whoever want to stay. But coming to your question, the man that should have answered this question is an Aneyoma, Frank Opigo. And when he came up with the name Biafra, people were confused. But God did one thing that was miraculous. People did not argue with the name. The name came from an Aneyoma, which means that John wants Biafra more than anybody else. But I'll tell you where the name comes from, and I'll give you three names. And I want you to bear one thing in mind. I'm from a place called Afara. Afara. If you put B-I in front of it, which means come, it becomes Biafra. Afra means the land of the people who we are joined together. If you go through your history books from the beginning, I restart, I went back to the beginning. I don't start from the middle. We are called Biafra, denoting our march through the Afar region of Ethiopia for the final wave that came. Those that settled around a place called Ethiop River. That's how the name came about. You have Ethiop River. Even in Delta State, the deepest river in West Africa is the Nile of Africa. Our name was forced to be. People still talk about Portuguese. I said they don't know what I'm talking about. Biafra, and they shortened to Biafra. All the maps have all these names. And this Biafra used to be a kingdom under God, Almighty in heaven, not by man, by God in heaven. And when I was preaching this afternoon, I said to you people, there are some things about Biafra that people don't know. The white man knows about you more than you know yourself. That is why the white man doesn't want Biafra to come. It means come and join. Biafra means come and join. That is our name, not given to us by the Portuguese. Because if you look at the history of Biafra, the first name was Biafra. Second name was Biafra. Some called it Biafra, yes. And then lastly, it was Biafra. Go and check it very well. And I will conclude by referring you to the scriptures, the Bible, where it was said that my daughters from across the rivers of Ethiopia will bring gifts to my temple. So says the Lord of hosts. And if you go to the map of, I think it was 1368, it is there. Biafra, the very first map, to recognize our sojourn through the Afar region of Ethiopia. And then the same God that we worship said, you will come from beyond. He did not say inside Ethiopia. They will come from beyond Ethiopia to come to worship God. And that is the land of Biafra. Geographically, politically, spiritually, we know what we're talking about. There's only those who are blind in the spirit who cannot see it. And I've led, no wonder Facebook shut down my old account. You have go there. It was laid out in black and white so that you can see the journey is taken. Only Ijaw people we are educated enough to know what our name was. Ijaw, the same place you come from. If your ancestors, your forefathers, they are telling you are from Biafra, who are you to say you're from Niger Delta? What is your proof? And I've already proven to you that Niger Delta, my dear brother, has no name. Niger means nigger, black, awful, absurd, ridiculous. In French, it's called Niger. In Latin, it's called nigger. You're telling me you're from Niger Delta. That is very shameful, indeed. But I'm sure, and I do hope, that you will go back and do your research and come up with a far more credible name. And I repeat, again and again and again, Ijaw nation came from Arochukwu. Ask Anke Briggs. Ask Asari Dokubo. Ask them. Asari Dokubo, do you have Arochukwu blood inside you or not? Anke Briggs, do you have Arochukwu blood in you or not? And I'll go a little bit for people don't know history because Fulani came and confused all of us, beaten before them. There's a place called Umuadaolu in the Kwara land. Umuadaolu, the only place where a land is named after a woman. Land in Igbo nomenclature can never be named after a woman. Do you know why they were called Umuadaolu? She was the only survivor when they stopped slave trade. She founded that very community. Now you understand, we have our history, we have all the facts intact. It's only that people don't want to learn because of what the same way that Fulani deceived the Yoruba people is what some of you are falling for today. Fulani have been deceiving you from time you don't want to learn. They deceive you, you don't want to learn. Now they have brought Janjaweed to your village. For your information. These are the things that people do not understand about our history, who we are. We are one people. I said one people, not two, not three, not four. One. And all the days of my life I will preach why I am related to you by blood, not by religion, not by conquest. I said by blood, by DNA. And that's what we're fighting for. Not fighting for it so that we can be one monolithic Biafra. No. You be on your own, I'll be on my own. As Lot and Abraham did. Be on your own, I'll be on my own. But I'm telling you that together we can stop the Fulani from coming to take our land. Divided, they can do whatever.
Hi, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time or first day of coming across my YouTube channel or seeing my face, you are highly welcome. Herzlich willkommen zu meinem Kanal. My name is Linda Chukwuezi. It comes as Niger. That red button that says subscribe and you turn on the notification bell so that you'll be able to get information on the.
Bis zum nächsten Video und einen schönen Tag. Tschüss.
Tschüss. Bis man subscribe to Linda's TV show. What are you waiting for? Click on that red button that says subscribe. You turn on the notification bell so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Leave your comments down below and share this video with your friends, families, and colleagues until we meet again in my next video. Bye bye.